How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about BBIG. Yes, it did have a slight pullback inside of the market today, but due to the fact things were very choppy and we know this play is open to a lot of manipulation, I think we did fairly decent. Now, taking into consideration, I just looked at my phone not too long ago and I saw we had some strength inside of the after hours, but we'll talk about that even further. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We want to take a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance and some levels we want to look out for going into tomorrow. The reason why this is helpful because it gives us a strategy. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. Does this play continue to have short squeeze potential? And also by what degree are shorts involved in this play? And we also do have the opportunity to get a look at some of the dark pool data as well. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know, were institutions loading up on shares today? What was happening on the retail side? We're going to figure that all out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be jumping into the final thoughts and as well as some more key details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for BBIG. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $5.89, being down 4.07%. On the low, it tested $5.84, and then on the high, testing $6.22. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 11.586 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 34.3 million shares. So taking everything into consideration here, we did have below average volume on the day, and it was fairly choppy, so we ended up having some selling pressure. But when we take a look at our chart, which is a 1-year daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it's at 45.27. But when we take a look at the moving averages on the chart, we continue to have strength above the 200-day, the 100-day, the 50-day, but we are below the 21-day EMA. But one of the things that I want to bring to your attention, we're still finishing on an area of support. Yes, we ended up closing below $6, and preferably $6 is where I like to see BBIG at. But one of the things to keep in mind, like I said, this was an area that we visited back here on September the 30th. And again, we tested 584 on the day. So we are seeing strength. So when you see this kind of strength going into tomorrow, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing another test getting back into the $6 range. As far as for the high of the day, we got to $6.22. So you're going to want to see BBIG going into tomorrow passing this level, and then look forward to seeing a move where we can get to around 639 and then seeing where we can go from there. Preferably, I would love for us to catch up to the 21-day EMA at $6.68 and gain some momentum. But if it continues to trade sideways and consolidate in support in this particular area, that's not bad either, because that just makes the move up when we get the momentum and the volume even nicer. And especially when those catalysts and the PR comes through, I can see this stock really gaining some attention, thus bringing in more volume into the play. So let's see what happens going into tomorrow. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for BBIG. So one thing that we could see very clearly here when we take a look at what's happening in the dark pool, as far as for the short volume ratio, it is at 33.10. So that is very significant there. And when we take a look at the dark pool short volume, it is just under 2.7 million shares. And taking into consideration the short interest of the float being at 40.68. So this is very significant here. So as we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 20,000, updated 26 minutes ago, and the short borrow-free rate is at 29.44%. When we take a look at the previous history we saw on the close for October the 1st, it was at 33.10. So if we take into consideration what's happening right now, it is continuing to climb. So that means BBIG continues to have short squeeze potential, and also there's a lot of heavy trading that is going down inside of the dark pool as well. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for BBIG. So we could see here on the inflow, it was 15.50, and then on the outflow, it was 16.13. So not a big difference, but we ended up having an outflow day. Now, when we take a look at the breakdown, we had 0 on the large, 9.71 on the medium, and then 5.79 on the small. When we take a look at the outflow side, we had 0.20 on the large. On the medium, we had 10.82, and then on the small, we had 5.11. So what we could see right away, there was a lot more buying going in on the retail side as opposed to selling, and maybe some potential profit taking from traders that could be inside of the play. And when we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, we could see for today, October the 4th, it being the outflow of 204.17, and we saw that because we saw for the large, there was some selling, but we did not see any inflows whatsoever on that particular side. So taking this all into consideration, we did have low volume overall on the day, and this is something that we have gotten used to when it's come to BBIG. The volume hasn't been what it was before, but I do see some anticipation coming into the stock, and it's part of the reasons why we're seeing some strength that is going down in the after hours at the time of when I put this recording together, which is around like 6 o'clock. I saw it actually got to that $6 level, and we know how key that area actually is. So now let's jump into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for BBIG, I feel things are going to be interesting going into tomorrow. If the market is stronger, I'm looking for BBIG to have a lot more serious moves. Like I was saying previously, inside of the after hours, it is gaining some momentum. So it's going to be very interesting, and this is why I'm going to continue to say, keep this on your radar. Also going on Vinco, one thing we can clearly see, there's a lot of trading that is happening inside of the dark pool, and it does have short squeeze potential on top of this. Also, many people were saying, hey, what's up with the news update? What's going on with Tide? We're supposed to hear some sort of PR and so on. They did say on or before. So if you don't end up getting that news today, it might come out later in the evening, or hey, it might even come out tomorrow. We got to understand delays do happen. So if they were unable to actually get the documentation together on your desired time, then of course you got to be understanding of that. But I'm pretty sure they're going to have those details out sometime this week. You're just going to have to be patient, especially if you're holding shares inside of this play. I myself, I am not holding shares whatsoever, but I do like to trade off of the fluctuations. I just want to make sure that I'm being completely transparent with you guys. So with all that said, let's see how BBIG performs going into tomorrow, because I'm going to be keeping my eye on it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.